Good evening. Welcome in this moment. I got amused because I'm realizing that I'm looking more and more like my uncle. I can see some of his traits in my face. As I'm getting older. um, so what if any difficult or tough situations we experience really would see us trusting that there is something magical supporting us in those experiments? And what if we could see that those tough experiences helps us clarify what is it we want, what is it we long for, what is it we need, what is it we deeply long for? What if we could not only, when those tough experiences happens, be able to identify those clear desires, those clear needs, those clear longings, and instantaneously being able to chill and adjust our posture, our thinking, our behavior to match more clearly what is it we long for, rather than keep resisting in the habits that doesn't serve what we want. What if we would stop blaming others or situations or ourselves, but instead really be gentle with ourselves, be gentle with all of us? What if I invite us to take a moment of silence, and then we may choose a situation that is difficult in relationship to someone in whatever the context, whether it is professional or private. But yeah, I want to invite us to explore. I'm going to do that with myself as an example, to take one situations in our lives where the connection with, sorry, okay, the connection with ourselves, in the context of a project or questions we look for an answer, either a relationship with someone else. And I invite us to choose one situations like that, where the dynamic at play at that right now is still painful, it's unresolved, or not necessarily super painful, but at least unresolved and comfortable. So I do a moment of silence, and then I dig into one situation of mine to see if I can clarifying what is it I need, what is it I long for, and if I can find another approach to what I've been doing that doesn't necessarily work. There's things that I've been doing that also work, so maybe we can together increase our ability to discern between what we do, what we've been doing that works, and what we've been doing that doesn't work so well, and eventually get to a clear place, a clear state, come to a place where we'd have more clarity around what is it we want to do next. That would be more in harmony, or in harmony with our values, our longings, no matter the situation we're in. Silence for now. Yeah, silence for maybe thinking of a situation, maybe thinking of just the quality of this moment right here, right now. Just land and savor what is it we're receiving in this moment. That is a unique moment. Every moment is unique, so let's listen. Okay, cool. So I'm going to dive into a situation I've chosen. It's unresolved. I'm still working at it. And I just thought of another one, so I'm wondering if I should change the one I had in mind. I think I'm going to stick with the first one I had in mind. So yeah, the context, I've been talking about it in my video in French already, and there's also already some steps that I took since that video that led to some kind of change already, which I'm partially satisfied. There's still some unsatisfaction, and I think I'm willing to impact a bit more the unsatisfaction to really get more clear in connection with what is it I long for and what is in my power to do and what is not in my power to do, and what I can either let go or just engage more clearly into. So the situation is well, I'm wondering what is it I want to tell you about the situation. It's a context of working with a group of people. And I think, without going into more details about it, what I can see is that I'm always connecting to some of my needs, which are a need for inclusion, a need for acknowledgement of my willingness to work, but not only acknowledgement. I think it's more like I really want to find space, or have a longing for space and agreement, clarity of agreements, to really know where I can put my energy into and how I want to put it into the space that are available to engage in. So I guess that there's a need for clarity as well. There's some different spaces that has been created, some kind of social media, Telegram, and also we have some face-to-face, in real person meetings. And so clarity about the boundaries, the agreements, space to talk, space to clarify, space to raise questions, space to speak what needs to be spoken. Those are my longings, and for all of us, not only for me. I really want to connect and understand where other people are more clearly. So yeah, really space for dialogue, basically. So it's already pleasurable for me to acknowledge all those longings of mine. I'm going to take a few seconds of silence to give you and me space to integrate and check where we are right here, right now. For you, if you are clear enough with your longings, and if you chose situations to work on, and if you are clear enough about what you long for, maybe just taking a moment to feel, how you feel, just connecting to those longings of yours. You might want to say them out loud, put them in comments. And so I might also check in that silence I'm going to make in a short moment, that I might need more clarity. I might come up with new words, new longings, new words to indicate my longings, and I may find something that feels more closer to what really is happening for me. Welcome to you to the live video. I'm in the middle of an exercise. I'm going to make a moment of silence, but just to summarize, to include you, I'm hi Lunel, I hope you speak English. Hi Lucille, glad to see your name. I'm doing my video in English. I hope you speak English. J'espère que tu parles anglais. J'ai fait ma vidéo en français tout à l'heure, et là j'explore un peu le sujet en anglais. So maybe I can say it in English, just for inclusion. So, en français, juste pour résumer, l'idée c'est de choisir une situation relationnelle dans laquelle on est insatisfait et de chercher en fait quels sont les besoins, les aspirations profondes. Cool, tu veux suivre l'anglais, cool. Donc je finis juste la petite explication en français, puis je repasse à l'anglais. Donc là, l'idée c'est de... si tu as déjà trouvé une situation, au niveau de l'exercice, on en a au fait qu'on a déjà exploré, moi j'ai exploré une situation, des besoins, et je vais faire un moment de silence pour prendre le temps de ressentir en fait les besoins et éventuellement clarifier un petit peu plus les aspirations. So, time for just... some new people came in the live, so I feel like I need to summarize again in English. Why not? So I'm going to do it again. So the idea is to choose a situation where you feel unsatisfied, a relationship situation. It could be with yourself and with a project of yours. You have something you're not very satisfied with the result, how you resolve the question you're working at. It could be a relationship with someone else, and so the idea is to, when you identify the context of the relationship context, the idea is to take a moment to ask yourself, what do you long for? What do you need for? What do you really want? What are your really deep desire or deep aspiration in those situations that this situation is in some way revealing? And so yeah, that's where we are, just clarifying, having an answer to the question what we long for in that situation. And now we're going to make a moment of silence just to feel what it is to be in touch with what we need in that situation. So for me, the situation, I identified that in the context of working with a group of people, I have a longing for space to clarify and to strengthen the ability to discern what works, what doesn't work, what we want, what we don't want. So there's a longing for space, dialogue, connection, and a mutual understanding, at least. Silence now. So yeah, the idea is just to savor how it feels to be in touch with those desires of ours, those longings. So for me, for example, how do I feel when I think of this longing for space? How do I feel when I don't need to say it out loud, but the idea is just to try to make space for feeling it. So how do I feel when I'm in touch with my longing for mutual understanding in that situation I mentioned? I feel more peaceful. That's the first thing I can see. I can notice. How do I feel when I think of my longing for clarity? Okay. So now we are where we are. And I'm going to summarize what we did. We chose a situation where we felt unsatisfied, and we used that situation to clarify what is it we long for. We used the uncomfortable, painful, or unsatisfying experience as a way to connect more deeply to what we really long for. And then we took a moment to listen how we feel when we think of those longing of ours, or desires of ours. So it's like making space for what we want, having used the situation to be clear about what is it we want. Okay, so what do we do next? What we do next is we ask ourselves a question, which is, of course, this is an invitation. When I say what we do next, it's not like I'm giving you orders. It's more like assuming that you agree with me and you want to follow through. Come with me doing this exercise, and if you don't, of course, you feel free to just watch or just do something else, and come back, or whatever feels as easy and pleasurable for you as possible. So, what is it I invite us to do next is something I'm wanting to do myself, which is to ask ourselves the question, I long for the love that was once and that now is constantly rejected. I feel very touched reading you, Carrie. And I guess for me, when I read you, I'm in touch with a need for contribution, a need for harmony, a longing for ease. I would like things. There's a part of me that I'm connecting to, a part of me that really would like so much, ease and flow and connection, and nourishment from the connection. So yeah, I'm gonna read you again, Carrie. You long for the love that was once and that now is constantly rejected. So what I'm hearing through your words, Carrie, I'm just gonna take a moment for everyone. I'm gonna take a moment to see if I can connect to the needs I'm receiving from Carrie's word, and it might work for you, Carrie. I hope it might help, and might not. But at least I want to kind of do it to help me get a sense of understanding. And then if you want to confirm or precise, that would be interesting work, I think. So what I'm hearing, Carrie, is that you long for being received in the love that I think I hear is still here. What I'm understanding is that you expand some love, and there's a part of you that wish there would be some continuity, and or at least something that it seems that there is a part of you that wants to restore or strengthen some connection that either broke or became very weak, and there is some kind of dynamic that started to get engaged that really makes it very hard to chill, to relax, to trust that being yourself is safe, and that you can just bring yourself and say what you have to say. And it seems that there is some kind of, I'm projecting maybe, Carrie, sorry if it doesn't match to you, but that's just what I'm saying. And it seems that there is some kind of trauma and pain, and that it's not only your pain but the pain of the other. And it's I mean, I'm seeing that in the situation I chose myself earlier. It seems that at some point, whatever I was trying to do to ease, to express that I was willing to cooperate and do something and find mutual understanding, everything I tried seems to be rejected as well. So I can really relate. So if I simplify, I spoke a lot now. I would like now to try to pick a few words to kind of summarize what I to help the next process, which is to feel how we feel in relationship to those needs and or longings. So, if I pick one or a couple of words to summarize what I heard through Carrie's words, is the longing for connection, maybe belonging, trust. And I guess I'm also seeing beauty, being seen beautiful, being seen beautiful. What would be? Yeah, I guess there's a longing for love and continuity. Also, that's more than 3 words. But anyway, the next thing is to how do you feel when you connect with those longing of yours, whatever the situation you may pick up, Carrie or anyone else, and yeah, take a moment to feel how you use and longings. So, just gonna take a few seconds for that again. I hope I have enough battery to finish up. I'm gonna charge my phone. Be right back. Okay, I guess it's charging. I'm gonna check. Okay. It's hard to put the phone in balance with the cable. Okay, I think it's gonna work this way. I have a book that's called We Can Work It Out. It's from Marshall Rosenberg. Yeah, Marshall Rosenberg is the father of nonviolent communication, and that's really something that I'm using here when I'm connecting to needs and longings. So I think I want to separate myself a bit from the situation Carrie shared to come back to my Carrie, you added something. I long for love. You said no, that's the same message. Nothing new. Okay, sorry. So yeah, you long for love. That was once. So I guess there's a longing for love, and so in constantly rejected, there's something around. I said I was going to detach from you again a little, so I'm going to detach from your story, Carrie, and come back to mine. So, having made space for how it feels to long for either love or in my situation, ease, trust, but also confidence, self-confidence as well, and a sense of alliance, a sense of a sense that there is a convergence of energies that really kind of support, yeah, the sense of alliance and the sense of co-creativity, the sense of kind of giving birth to something more, a sense of continuity of the beauty that has been, and the sense of continuity through the now, and that opens up to even more trust that even better things are coming up. So I guess it goes with a sense of safety. I think there's sense of safety and sense of love as well. So for me, it is also true. I can see that there's a longing for safety and, yeah, trust and love and clarity. Lucille, Lunel, tu dis, je te rejoins totalement là-dessus. Je suis pas totalement clair sur ce sur quoi tu me rejoins. Si tu veux préciser, je kifferais. Si tu as les longs et la dispo, il n'y a pas d'obligation. Je suis déjà super content que tu participes et de savoir que tu me rejoins quelque part, même si je suis pas hyper clair sur où. Et c'est pas hyper, voilà, c'est pas fondamental. Donc en tout cas, voilà. Si je parle de... I was speaking in French. So back to English. I was responding to someone who speaks French, and sorry guys. So back to English. I was saying that Lunel she said, I'm joining you totally on something, and I said I wasn't clear on which bit she was joining me, and that I was curious if she wanted to clarify what it was, what is it that she was joining me, and I said it wasn't fully necessary. I was very pleased already to know that she was joining me on something, because it gives me a sense like, yeah, we are connecting at some points, and that's I find that pleasurable. So Carrie, you had, it's the strong and constant rejection that is hardest to live with. There is no space for anything to evolve. Yeah, what I'm hearing is that there's a lack of a sense of alliance and really building up something together. And it's very similar to the situation I picked up. Yeah. And so I think I'm getting tired right now, so I felt like I want to focus a bit more on my intention, and which is to be more connected to where I am energetically right here, right now. And it's interesting because it seems that could be applied to probably all of our situations, but especially to mine, where sometimes I felt like I was feeling alienated, like, like scattered in many different directions. It was so hard to gather my energies to really know where my power was, what I could do, what I couldn't do. It felt like I was becoming crazy. And so for me, that's something around focus. Probably there's a longing for focus and power. Probably there's also a longing for clarity around where is my power and how can I use it to effectively in the situation, to affect things in the direction of what is it I really want and long for, whilst honoring, of course, everyone involved in the situation the best as I can. Lunel, you clarified something, a clarity that brings, that our experiences bring, the truth that it gives us. For myself, I've seen I don't know how to say that in English, bouleversement, strongly shaken in me after being parent, disease and grief. Thank you, Lucille. I'm glad to hear you join me on seeing that tough experiences or really intense situations really teach us a lot of things. Especially, it helps us clarifying what is it we want and what's important for us. So back to the situation, I was talking about feeling scattered, and that what I long for is focus and the ability to connect to my power to really affect efficiently the situation in a direction I want it to go. And so kind of having a sense that I'm making progress, a sense that there is a sense of evolution towards what's desired. So I guess, I don't know if there's probably there's a longing for satisfaction, but satisfaction, what is it? For me, it's the clarity of knowing what we want and the ability to step towards what we want. And there's situations where we feel so messed up that we don't see any clarity around what is it we could do towards what's wanted. And so that's specifically the purpose of this exercise, to really make space for what is it we want independently of the situation, to really use the situation we don't like, to get clear about what we want, and then focus and take the time to feel what we feel, being in touch with what is it we want independently from the situation. So back to the things we want, like love, continuity, focus, power, belonging, being seen beautiful, alliance. When we feel all that, the next step after we take a moment to feel how we feel, being in touch with those longings. The next question is there anything that appears to us that would be like an obvious next step towards what is it we want? And what I was sharing in a previous video in French is that at this point of the exercise, I realized that my longings, I could consider them as distinct from the person I was thinking of. Meaning, I might find ways to meet those longings, those needs, with someone else than with the person I'm trying to find the need with. And what I discovered in doing that is that I felt less attached to have things happen the way I was attached to see. I was kind of, I realized that there was a part of me that believed things should happen a certain way with that specific person. And when I found a way to detach from the strategy, the things that I expect the other to say or do, from really being in touch with the abundance of possibilities to serve or nourish or meet those longings of mine, I'm experiencing myself being freer. But you may not be here, and right here, right now, I want to once again continue to use myself as a guinea pig to you, by checking why I am myself in relationship to the situation I picked up, my longings, and what is it I see possible as a next step. What I see possible as a next step is to consider that even if at times that it seems that what I really, really, really want is that to have that kind of longing being fulfilled with that specific person, to remember that it's okay to reach out to others that are available to see me beautiful, to see my efforts, to see my longings, to hear them, and to help me and give me the possibility to to expand this company with someone else that really gets what I'm at, even if it's not the person I would like things to happen a certain way. That might help find more spaciousness, more space within myself. But it seems like I'm giving advices here. So I want to stop doing that. I'm tired, and I just want to accept that right here, right now, during this video, became another situation for me. It became the situation where my belly started to hurt. I'm thinking, I'm wondering how I'm going to finish up this video. So there's something that is created in my mind that starts to feel a little bit like unsatisfying. So once again, I can use that as a way to connect more clearly to what is it I'm longing for right here, right now. So what came up right here is I want ease. I'm longing for ease. I'm longing for relaxation. So I'm just gonna adjust my body position. Breathe. And you might do the same. I mean, check if there's anything you can do to feel more comfortable physically. Or check, I don't know, it seems again I'm giving advice. It feels again uncomfortable. So once again, I can use that to check what is the longing here. I have a need for respect that, I don't want to feel like I'm a teacher. I'm telling you what to do, like you're dependent to me. No, I don't want to believe that. I'm longing for respecting everybody's sovereignty. I know you have your capacities. I know you have your life. You're the expert of your life. I'm the expert of mine. So we all experts, and I'm sharing something, and hopefully it contributes. That's the idea. That's why I'm doing it, and I'm enjoying it. It serves me. It helps me doing it. Your company really is nourishing me. It's bringing me a lot of richness, and so we are co-creating together. So yeah, need for respect, longing for respect, of diversity, respect of our own different powers. And yeah, the uncomfort about this video makes more sense now. It's like I realize that I don't want to go into this false idea that I'm supposed to give you something that you miss. I don't think I'm here to give something that you miss. I think I'm here to give something that emerges through us and specifically through me when I'm speaking. But you also say things, and so there's anyway. Right now I want simplicity and rest. Thank you for being here. I invite us right now to take a moment of silence just to connect what we are. What do we have energy for right here, right now? That's the question I'd like to explore a bit in silence. What do you have energy for right now? So you can play with this sentence. Right now I have energy for eating a clementine. Right now I have energy for right now I have energy for saying that I'd love to receive some money from anyone. I'm looking for people who are willing and have the capacity to give me money. At my bank account right now I have minus almost 300. I chose not to put gas in my car today, not to increase the negative. Well, yeah, I have energy for saying, if you want to give money and you can, please let me know. That would be helpful for me, to support me to continue doing my work, pay my bills, and meet your needs for contribution if you want to. That's just what I have energy for saying right here, right now. So whatever you have energy for right here, right now, I hope you can enjoy it. One thing I have energy for right now is listening to my belly, listening to my belly's sensations. One thing I have energy for is reading Lunel comments. So you said, sincerely, pour plus grand chose, mes obligations coulent. Oh, you don't have energy more. You don't have much energy for anything less, but you are crushed under obligations. No, you didn't say crushed, but you say, yeah, there's a rush of obligations. Yeah, well, what I'm hearing is that you have energy for acknowledging that, and you wrote it in the comment and posted it. That's for me. That's not little. Or maybe it's little, but even if it's little, it doesn't matter that it's little. It's what it is, and I love that the importance of honoring the very thing we are at, the very energy we are at any given moment. Because some people talk about tantra energy and say that basically this is tantra. It's just being with the energy that is there. And so, thanks for sharing, Lucine. Yeah. And then the questions still are valid. You can, next moment, you can still check, what is it I have energy for right here, right now? Maybe I want to put my hand like this, or maybe I want to do this. Whatever it is. What is it we have energy for right here, right now? And we might think of the situation we explored earlier and see if there's something that shifted and things we would like to do differently, or things we have energy to imagine differently right here, right now. For me, I have energy right now to imagine that I put a lot of energy into those dynamics with the group I mentioned. In particular, there's one person with which it was very difficult. And I took some actions tonight. Even if I don't have any answer from this person, I made progresses in exploring, saying what is it I wanted to say a tiny bit more. Because what sometimes happened to me in that situation is that I kind of held back. I censored myself from saying or doing anything else because I was so afraid that I would bring even more pain and even more chaos and even more rejection and even more alienation. So I kind of took care of myself, exploring, making space for all this exercise that we did together. And in doing that, I started to do it in a video in French. And so, in the meantime, I have some time between that video and the video I'm doing right now, to take more steps, take more actions, follow my energy and surf with it, and also learn something. I learned that at one point I created a group with the 4 people. And at one point, I asked if those people were having any objection that I was creating a space for dialoguing and working together in that space. And one person left. And I thought it was the guy I really wanted to work with. And so my mind went into imagining that this is this guy I was thinking of that left the group without saying anything. And left the space. And it took me quite a while. I almost sent a message. I was writing to that person until I realized that actually it wasn't this person who left the group, it was someone else. Which I had less attachment for being in the space I was created. So it was even relieved that he left. And I was impressed to see that the person I wanted to work with was still in the space I created on WhatsApp. So what do I have energy for right here, right now? What do you have energy for right here, right now? And whatever comes up, that's an answer to the question. Because whatever you do it because you have energy for it. That's how I see it. So, whatever I do, this is what I have energy for. And I can even acknowledge it, or if I don't have the energy to acknowledge it, I might be doing something else. I might do things without acknowledging them. Or what do I have energy for right here, right now? I said I would be willing and happy to receive money. Yeah, that's it. I said that. Now I have energy for wondering what is it I have energy for right here, right now. I have energy for considering getting to bed very soon. I still have an article that I want to write. So I think it's a good time to finish up this video in a very short moment. Thank you. Bye for now.